Who in their right mind would use an 8mm lens that looks like this for landscape photography? Let's go. Hello everyone, Carmine from New York here, professional photographer here in Manhattan, New York City, Times Square since 1973. I'm a working photojournalist for over 50 years, and it is my obligation to give you guys all of my knowledge about photography, lenses, cameras, darkroom work, etc. My work has been published in magazines, newspapers, online media. In many galleries here in New York City, you can find my work. But if you want to see about 9,000 different photographs I took, go to my website. It's free. Hold on. I don't sell anything. You don't need a credit card. CarmineTaverna.com. There's a link below. I have over 9,000 of my photographs that I took. But here's why I have that website. It's to inspire photographers. When you don't know what to take a photograph of, when you have the equivalent of writer's block, we call it photo block, you go there, scroll. It'll take you weeks to go through all the photographs, but hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, comment below. Let's go with this lens already. Guys, this is the MEIKE, M-E-I-K-E brand 8mm fully manual lens. This is known as a super wide lens. It's known as a fisheye lens. Look at the front element. How gorgeous that is. Now, if I get close like this, if that reminds you of a movie, A Space Odyssey 2001 starring HAL 9000 computer. Well, this is exactly how they filmed it. It was a fisheye lens that posed, that was starring as the computer. Okay, let's talk about this gorgeous lens. First of all, everybody wants to know the price of this all-metal lens. It's made by MEIKE, M-E-I-K-E. It's 8mm. So it's a prime lens. That means it's not a zoom lens. Now, it has 11 elements. That's a lot of elements, right? From the beginning to the rear element, that's a lot of elements. But in this case, this is a specialty lens. It gives you effects that no other lens can give you. Let's look at a few photographs quickly, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so this is an aps-c size lens, all right? This camera, this is the Leica SL. It has a switch on the back that you can switch it for aps-c size. It'll use an aps-c size part of the sensor, or you click it to 35mm, which means it'll be full frame, okay? Now, I like to shoot 16:9 ratio to fill up the screen, and I keep it on aps-c size when I'm using an aps-c size lens. It fills the frame and it gets rid of it gets rid of most of the distortion from the curved side. All right. So the price, all right, so new, these go for about $180. However, don't spend $180. These are $79 all day long on eBay in minty, like new condition. Let's keep going. So it has a fully clicked aperture ring, okay, right here. Okay, it goes from f3 f3.5 to f22. Now, you need an aperture ring on your lens if you're going to shoot it on a mirrorless camera, because it is fully manual. There is no electronic communication between the lens and the camera. You have to set the aperture. So I shoot all the photographs you're going to be looking at today. I shot an aperture priority f8 ISO 400. It was a very bright day, so I was assured to get high shutter speeds to get nice, crisp photos, because the lens doesn't have optical image stabilization and the camera, the Leica SL, does not have IBIS, image stabilization. Okay, so you have to stabilize it the old-fashioned way, by high shutter speed and a nice grip, where you put your elbow into your body, the camera gets held tightly, always with two hands. Bring the camera up close to your face. Okay, so that's 3 points of steadiness, right up to your face. Good hand grip, good elbow into the chest, and off you go with a nice, crisp shot. Okay, so this lens I got for $79 on eBay used. Make sure your copy comes with the hood. And then make sure it comes with the matching lens cap, all right, which clicks on. Let's look at a few photographs showing you what happens if you use this lens with the lens shade on. Okay, if you leave it on and you use it in full frame, you will get vignetting all around the frame, but it's not too bad. You can always crop it out in post. Okay, if you take it off, you won't have the vignetting. Okay, so that's not a problem, but you will get a complete circle photograph, which is nice. It's fun. Okay, you've seen a lot of photographs that went on to become prized with the fisheye circular look. Okay, but here's how I shoot. I shoot lens shade off, APS-C and cropped APS-C size, and 16:9. It fills the frame, full frame, and I love to shoot with black and white with this Leica or any digital camera. And you want to know why? Because when you shoot in black and white, number one, your photographs are distraction free. Color photographs, there's distractions. Ooh, blue sky. Ooh, red this, blue, blue that, green that. With black and white, it's distraction free. The eye quickly goes right to your subject, and because it's monochrome, you can really see the textures, the shapes, the patterns, and the composition, and it emphasizes contrast. We live in a world where we see color. I mean, look at my background here in the studio. It's full of color. So when you see color, from the minute you open your eyes to the minute you fall asleep, when your eyes see a monochrome, a black and white photo, boom, that gets the attention and you look more professional. Okay, so getting back to this incredible lens. It's all metal. It has a beautiful metal mount. Talking about the mounts, this particular one is the mount for Canon EF cameras. All I did was I bought an adapter that goes from Canon EF lenses to Leica L. They're only about 14 or 15 bucks. That goes here, and you attach it to your camera, and you're good to go. Now, the lens is multi-coated. As you can see, look at all the colors on the front of that lens. Multi-coated. That helps with contrast and ghosting. All right. The aperture has 9 blades. They're tiny, but there's 9 aperture blades in here. Beautiful. Remember, more aperture blades are better if you want to have circular bokeh. So the closest you can focus with this lens is about 14 inches, all right, or 35 centimeters. It's a pretty heavy lens. It weighs 18 ounces or 519 grams. Now, before we go and watch all of the photographs that I took with this lens, I need you to pay attention. You see how the front element, that's glass, how it protrudes from the front. Listen to me. I've seen many of my students that have this lens and they want me to show them how to use it. Be careful, because as you're looking through the viewfinder, say this is the subject, okay? The closer you get, there's a 99% chance, if you are not alert, you will bump that front element that sticks out with your subject. And now you've got a chipped front element thing. If you chip your front element, you've lowered the value if you ever want to resell it. Plus, you'll break your heart because this is gorgeous. But now, remember who makes this lens popular. It's real estate photographers. When they're shooting indoor scenes of the rooms of a home that the realtor is going to sell, they very often use an 8mm wide-angle fisheye lens to make the rooms appear larger than they really are. All right, guys, hit the subscribe button. Carmine from New York saying, let's look at photos.